And welcome back, everybody. PC Outcast playing some more Find Love or Die Trying. A beach scene? Seriously? Not only gratuitous, but oh so predictable. Oh, come on, it's a beach. Don't be so negative. I guess you're right. It's not every day you get to go to the beach. Are you alright, Tara? You've looked better. Tara was practically crawling on the beach sand like a zombie with one arm. Sunlight, my worst enemy. We meet again, you piece of shit. Poor sunlight. There's some shade under the beach umbrellas over there, Tara. You look like you could use it. I swear I'd never seen Tara move so fast. Let's go in the water, come on. Scarlet grabbed Violet by her hand and pulled her towards the water. But I didn't bring anything to change. Now that's the spirit. Wait up, you guys. And just like that, they're off. You up to join them? I'd be crazy to miss out on this. Just one thing first. Allie pulled me in with her arms and kissed me passionately. It's hotter when the other girls are around. You think they saw? I couldn't stop my jaw from dropping. The look on your face is priceless. My God. Try to keep it up. Try to keep up. And keep it up as well. Allie ran to join the other girls in the water. I smiled and followed suit. We spent the rest of the morning enjoying the warm weather on the beach. Morning, Vladimir Vladimirovich. Let's kick off phase 3. Hopefully we can wrap this up quickly and you'll be back to your old life soon. I better be. As nice as this island is, it is a gilded cage. You'll be able to get back to your old life soon, that's a promise. Well, unless you make a mess out of your next 3 dates, I can't help you there. But assuming you do, you'll get to leave here with one of Violet, Yui, or Allie. But first, it's time to pick which of them you'll be going on your 3rd date with today. Who's it gonna be? We're just gonna go down the list as you. Now we'll go with Violet. Violet. You didn't let me down, Vladimir. I had my doubts with Violet at first, but now I can see why she's the audience favorite. Don't mess it up. Wouldn't dream of it. No. Oh. I found Violet in the same place I met her. She was taking out a fresh batch of cookies from the oven. Morning, Violet. I slid next to her and grabbed one of the cookies in one smooth motion. Oh, hot! It is so hot! I flung the cookie into my mouth anyway. Worth the pain. Damn, that was delicious. Wait a moment, you silly goose. You never failed to make me laugh, Vladimir. I quite admired that. I did a mocking bow with my arms behind my back and put on my best fancy accent. I don't know what a fancy Russian accent is. The pleasure's all mine, milady. Stop, you. I wolfed down another cookie. Hell yeah. You do know these are for sharing with everyone, right? I'm part of everyone. What's the problem here? We laughed together at the bit we were performing. That reminds me of Vladimir. What's up, Violet? Come to my attention that this show will be ending quite soon. Yeah, it is. Oh, do cheer up, please. I don't intend to feel sorry for myself. Instead, I want to use the time we have left here to do something I've always longed to do. What's that? What I want is to go on a date, the kind that normal people go on. The kind that I've only read about. Having a picnic. Watching a movie at a theater. Long walks on the beach. Even something crazy like a paint night. And then we can watch the sunset go down together and it'll be so romantic. Her enthusiasm was adorable. She was practically bouncing around the room like a ping pong ball. I think we can make that happen. Can we now? Which one? Well, not all of them. She's got the most beautiful smile. Damn. Really? You've got to be kidding me. You can count on me, Violet. I'll make it happen. Yay! Did a little cheer and dance. Gosh, I can't stop smiling looking at her. That said, I have no idea what to do. Guess this'll be touch and go. Wouldn't be fair if you figured out everything. Let me handle the picnic. Pulled out a basket from behind her. Here to join me in the lovely outdoors? I wouldn't miss it for the world, Violet. Ah, food. We walked outside for a while, then settled on a lovely spot with a nice mix of shade and sunlight for our picnic. The way her silver caught the sunlight, it was enough to make you believe in angels. She was so beautiful. Dig in, I've brought plenty. Please, don't hold yourself back. I've got to be the luckiest person alive. Save that talk for after you try this. I'm letting you have the first bite. Should I be worried? I smiled as she mock pouted. Just kidding. She laughed and smiled as she spoon-fed me a delicious egg roll. Called it. I'm the luckiest person alive. Not just because the food's delicious, but because you're here next to me, Violet. You've made this week so special. I feel the same way, Vladimir Vladimirovich. And there's more where that came from. You're absolutely right. I've got something prepared for just the two of us next. You owe me one, Vladimir Vladimirovich, says Cat. Eh? We enjoyed the delicious food and conversation over the rest of the afternoon. Well, that was weird. We walked back to the mansion hand in hand, smiling all the while. Next stop, the only movie theater on the island. A home theater, sort of. I didn't know we had a room like this in the mansion. I'm not surprised. Tara's pretty territorial about this room from what I've seen and heard. But right now, it's our very own private movie theater. I did a little jazz hands at the TV. Violet clapped, as if I had just put on a performance of a lifetime. I made a dramatic bow, then took a look at what movies we had in store. Let's see, we have rom-coms, fantasy, medieval movies, war movies, few superhero movies, and last but not least, a horror movie. Put on a rom-com from what Violet was saying earlier, this would definitely be her favorite. I started the movie, then went back and sat next to Violet with my arm around her. The story was about a girl who moved to a place called New York to become a writer, falls in love with a boy she meets there, and eventually realizes her dream and her love. Wasn't anything special, but Violet was thoroughly entranced for the whole movie. Me, I was more entranced by her. After the credits rolled, Violet practically burst into tears. This was the best movie I've ever seen in my whole life. My whole life! Then how about we take a scene you liked from a movie and turn it into a painting? Oh my gosh, you didn't? Just wait right here for a second. Okay. I had no idea where to find art supplies, but I knew if there was anyone who could, it was Cat. Cat? I think you know the sitch? You got some nerve putting this together at the last minute, but I like that about you. 4. Set up everything they need for a paint night in the main hall of the mansion. Stat.
Oh man, I just finished my shift.
Even better, you got free time for this. And so we started painting on canvases in the main hall. I think I'll paint a picture of Violet and I watching the movie together. This counts, right? What are you painting, Vladimir Vladimirovich? I'm painting a picture of us watching the movie together. It's the most beautiful scene from the movie, you know? And it'd be a shame not to capture it. You are quite the flirt, you know that? But I like that about you. Her smile could melt the coldest heart. So which scene are you painting, Violet? I'm drawing the scene where the girl runs out in the rain to tell the boy that she loves her. She loves her? I just want you to know that I love me. It was just so romantic. She sighed like a love-struck teenager. I could tell she was putting her whole heart into her painting. She captured the scene perfectly. As for me, let's just say I was more focused on making the people have the right number of heads and was working from there. An hour or so later, we finished and compared our final artworks. She's an incredibly talented artist. Me, not so much. That was embarrassing, but man, it was worth it just to see her smile and break into laughter. Her laughter was interrupted by a gurgle from her stomach. Mother would punish me for sure if she heard me make that sound, but who cares now? Violet was unstoppable at this point. Is it time for dinner? I do believe it is. I volunteered to cook, but she wanted to go back to the restaurant that we went to on our first date, so we did. Apparently she was trying too hard to be prim and proper back then and didn't actually get to eat as much as she wanted. She ate up a storm, almost literally. Almost. We spent dinner wolfing down delicious food without a care in the world and laughing about scenes in the movie and our little artsy adventure. Then finally we went for the long-awaited walk on the beach. We held hands as we walked along the ocean. The waves of the ocean seemed to play music for us as we skirted by. At times we talked without end. At other times we enjoyed each other's company in warmth and silence. Either way, we were as happy as can be. We talked about how the past, the present, and the future were so different than before because of each other. You know, Vladimir, if you asked me to marry you right now, without a doubt, I'd accept. I know it sounds quite crazy to say that in such a short period of time, but I just know. I just get the feeling that the girls have also been told that their life depends on this. You know? They just seem to be like kind of throwing themselves at Vladimir. Anyway, she kissed me passionately with everything she had. And what came next was the perfect ending to our lovely date. Come closer. And just like that, that's my last date with Violet. I'm sure it goes by quickly. I thought I'd find you here. Why is that? You tend to come out here when you're lost in thought is all. You are thinking about how the show's almost over, am I right? How do you know? Lucky guess. Well, it's not over yet, so don't let up just yet. Speaking of which, how was your date with Violet today? It was great. Being with Violet makes me feel like we're on top of the world. Somehow she takes my breath away with how cool she can be, and at the same time make me laugh like a child alongside her. I had no idea that I'd fall for her so hard after our first meeting, but I couldn't help myself. And now, what I want most is to make her the happiest woman in the world. Now that is what I like to hear. I had my doubts at first, but you two really stole the show. And with good reason. I feel like our viewers got to see a glimpse of what your lives together would be like. Maybe the mess in the kitchen won't be from the dough next time, No comment. Anyway, I'd ask you if you're thinking of choosing her at the end, but I'd rather wait and see how that plays out. You going to stay out here for long? Nah, I'll probably go back inside soon. I'll keep you company till then. I figure you might want to have a conversation with someone that won't get you killed if it's not TV worthy. Thanks, Kat. Don't mention it. You know, I'm curious, Kat. What's up? Let's say I knew I was screwed, that there was no way of me getting out of here alive. That the only way left for me to survive was just to run. Would you let me escape? Of course, Vladimir Vladimirovich. Thanks, Kat. That means a lot. It's no big deal. We stayed out for a little longer before we called it a night. I'm lucky to have someone I can trust on my side. Can you really, though? Waking up next to Violet felt like waking up next to an angel. We'd walked back from the beach past midnight last night, so any rest we could get was very welcome. For several minutes, all I could do was watch her silver hair catch the sunlight. She was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. Morning, Vladimir Vladimirovich. Morning to you too, Violet. Do you mind if we just perhaps stay here for a spell? Not one bit. Fantastic. Rolled herself towards me and hugged me with all her strength. No take-backs. We laid together in bed all morning, enjoying each other's warmth and company. I want this moment to end. I simply cannot wait till we leave here together, Vladimir. We will be the greatest partnership of all time, for all time. An empire like no other. I do like an ambitious woman. It's time for you to spend some time with another girl now. Yeah, sorry about that. It's in the contract. It's no matter. To bicker about this would be fruitless. It's the very nature of the show. Do entertain yourself with whoever today's date will be. But know that anything she could offer would pale to what a queen could. Indeed. Morning, Vladimir Vladimirovich. You'll be happy to know your third date with Violet yesterday was pretty well received. Not the highest rated we've had so far, but enough to give us more room to keep going. Sounds good enough to me. For your next date, make sure you pick someone who you think the audience will respond well to. At this point, I think you're in pretty good spot either way. Without further ado, which soulmate candidate is it going to be? Allie. To be honest, I'm not sure if your dates with Allie are really dates or more of just trying different kinds of transportation. But hey, whatever floats your boat. Let's get those cameras rolling. I found Allie by the beach, or more accurately, she came running to me. You're not gonna believe this, Vladimir Vladimirovich. What's that? Alright, who took my keys? We got 10 seconds before I take it out of Four's paycheck.
Oh, come on.
We'll walk and talk, come on. Well, less talk, maybe more like run like hell. Four is not going to be happy when he finds out that whatever, come on, let's go. She grabbed my hand and pulled me with her into the forest clearing nearby. What's going on? You're not gonna believe what I just found. What's that? Well, I was wondering how to top the two previous dates when I stumbled upon... wait a minute. It's better if I surprise you. I'm going to have to close my eyes again, right? I'd love how fast you learn things, Vladimir. She was singing as she covered my eyes with one hand and pulled me along with the other. Interesting. She pulled me along step by step. I can't say I wasn't enjoying it. Is this a staircase? Feels like metal beneath me. In the middle of a forest? Just a bit more now, alright? You can open your eyes now. The boat. How on earth? We were inside a small plane. Oh, yeah, I probably should have been able to figure that out with these. Right. The very same one I'd been rudely awakened in my first date. First day here. How did you even... It was just sitting in the forest. So I thought, why not, right? So many questions. Wait a minute, are you planning on... Without even bothering to answer me, Allie rushed to the cockpit. Oh, crap. Here's to hoping that this goes better than the rollerblades. Wonder what this big red button does. Oh god, get me out of here. I ran for the door, but it was already shut tight. And away we go. The engine of the plane roared as we took off. I slammed onto the side of the door. Oof. Come on, be honest. You were thinking the same thing. You put a big juicy red button there, completely unattended, and you expect a good citizen like me not to press it? You're bonkers. I got the point, but do you have any idea how to fly this thing? Wait a minute. If you're talking to me here, then who's flying the plane? Technically nobody, but... Crash. The right wing of the plane smashed into a tree. We hit it hard enough for it to be slightly deformed. Oof! I slammed into the wall yet again. Well, we didn't need that wing anyway. We still have the other one. Exactly like kidneys. Forget killer dating death shows. Forget Damien and Kat. Allie was going to be the death of me. I tried to run to the cockpit, but it was all I could do to stay upright as the plane teetered back and forth. I'm just kidding, I've got this. Allie ran to the cockpit without breaking a sweat. Meanwhile, I did my best impression of a ball in a pinball machine. All right, I got this. The plane seemed to stabilize in a matter of seconds. Oh, thank God. I really thought we were going to crash. Whoops. Once again, the right wing of the plane smashed into a tree. Somehow it was bent back to its original shape. Not so bad if I do say so myself. Alright, that was dumb luck and you know it. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. We started to gaining altitude, slowly at first, then faster and faster, higher and higher. Before long we were soaring high above the trees. That's it? Only above the trees? Allie yelled out in triumph. Woo! I joined it and yelled out with glee. Woo! It's a pretty great feeling, eh? Not dying in the fiery plane crash? Flying free! Without it, what's the point of living? You talking about freedom or flying? Ah, why not both? That said, there's another reason I flew us up here. What's that, Allie? This is the only place I could find on the island that wasn't bugged. No one can eavesdrop on us here. And sorry for the turbulence, but without it, they might have heard me disabled bugs in here. Believe me, I looked for a safe place as hard as I could. That's why I got the rollerblades and the boat earlier, to find a safe place to talk as fast as possible. I'm guessing you know what the show is really about then? Unfortunately, yeah. What a bummer, am I right? Unfortunately, I don't think you do. And I can't risk telling you everything either. What? Why? Believe me, you're better off not knowing. What? Allie, are you hiding? Who are you really? Look, we don't have too much time before we'll have to land. This thing's already almost out of fuel. Sure enough, we had already started descending. Please, just trust me. I'm on your side, Vladimir. I know there's so many lies going around here, but I really want to help you get out of here. Though I have to admit, it wasn't on my to-do list at first. Good thing you're so cute. I'm kidding, jeez. You trust me? Sure. Of course I do, Allie. I mean, you've only tried to kill me multiple times, you know that. You won't regret it, I promise. What can you tell me? There's no time. Long story short, there's something on this island I need to find that the people I work with need. Life or death, not just for you or me, but for countless others. I came here to save you all, and I won't give up until I have. Though at this point, I've done all I can. It's in his hands now. Whose? No time to talk. We're almost back in range of the island's recording network. No matter what, don't tell anybody what happened here, not even a little bit. Not even if you think you can trust them. Are we clear? Crystal. Plane flew lower and lower. Alright, we're about to be back in the recording zone. What else? What else? Don't do anything I wouldn't do. That really doesn't limit it much. I guess not. After we landed, Kat scolded us for taking the plane. Kat and Allie seemed to exchange more than a few uneasy glances as we got off the plane. But luckily, nothing came of it. Next, the production staff separated Ellie and I. It looks like Kat had arranged something special for the two of us. Like a guillotine for Ellie. All I was told was that I wasn't allowed to see Ellie until evening. Apparently that's the nicest time to film. Till then, the production team helped me to look the part of a romantic novel protagonist. A visual novel protagonist? I was dressed to the nines. I must have sat through a few hundred photo shoots and interviews before they told me it was time to see her. But it was worth it. Wow, even for this island, this place is fancy with a capital F.
Tell me about it. I broke one plate here and I'll have to pay it off for the rest of my life.
Or two.
I mean, welcome to the Ocean Palace. Allow me to show you to your seat.
Two gestured at me to follow him. We'd only taken a few steps when I saw her, and when I did, I couldn't help but crack up. You know, I kind of expected you to be dressed up too, given all the shit the crew put me through. What's the point? It'd just get ruined. How will it get ruined? Oh, you'll see. Come on. Reached for my hand, I put mine in hers with a smile on my face. She pulled me along with her towards the door. Whoa! We stumbled against a table, which knocked a plate onto the floor. It promptly shattered into a million pieces. In case you were watching, Kat, that was 2.
I knew I should have just been an accountant.
Yep. She laughed as she pulled me along with her to the outside. The night air had never tasted so fresh. Each breath for air as we ran along the road made my worries and fears just disappear. Eventually, we ran all the way to the beach. Come on! She tightened her hand and pulled me along with her to the water. We're just, She laughed like a maniac as she cannonballed us into the ocean. My first instinct was to swim back to the surface, but then Ellie put her hands against my face and looked deep into my eyes. She smiled, then kissed me passionately. It was as if time had stopped. A few moments later, we went back up to the surface. I figure you could use a fun distraction from everything that happened earlier. Is she doing this for me? I never knew what to expect with you, you know? And you never will. It was a night to remember. That was really weird. After my date with Allie, I waited around outside till the time I'd expect to see Kat, but she never showed up. I guess she already has enough footage for today. Might as well try to find her. No one's here. Looks like the snacks from before are gone too. Not here either. I was at a table writing something down at a frantic pace with one hand against her head. Hey Kat, what's up? Oh, hey Vladimir Vladimirovich, I didn't see you there. How are you doing? That depends on what you're ominously writing. You looked just like someone who just realized I was dead meat. Oh, this? Don't worry about it. Somebody's dead meat, but it's not you. Yay? I'm just kidding. I'll just fix up some of the balance sheets T was working on. Being an accountant was never really in the cards for them, despite what they say. Sit down. I'll be stuck here for a while anyway. Sure, sounds good. I sat next to Kat at the table. So, how did today's date with Allie go? It was alright. Not the way I wanted it to go. I'm sorry to hear that. I won't pry. Who knew that 3 dates wasn't enough to see if someone really is your soulmate? Shocking. Anyway, you've done great until now. I don't know if what you've said to each of the girls really is true, but don't stop now. You just have to get through one more day and you'll be able to finally leave this place. And you'll tell me what my old life was like? Of course. I mean, if I didn't, where would you even go? Fair point. You look like you've got something on your mind. I'm just thinking about tomorrow. You've been getting the best ratings I'd ever seen. I just hope it's enough. The rating requirements for the last date and the last day are the highest. I'm sure it's going to be fine, don't worry. I've made it thus far, nothing's going to stop me from making it to the end. I hope so, for your sake, Vladimir. So when I'm out of here, what are you going to do? Are you going to move on to the next killer dating show? I didn't know you were my career coach. You want to know my 5-year plan too? I get the feeling that 5 years from now you'd rather not be here. There is no plan. I am just taking it one day at a time. That's really all anyone can do in the crazy world. Anyway, I gotta get back to work. Good luck, Vladimir. You'll need it. Thanks, Kat. I'll see you later. Night. Tomorrow's going to be the last date. I'll need to get the rest I can get. Guess I'll call it a night. The performance is coming to a close. The actors and actresses come out one by one, ready to take their bows. I would clap, but I'm waiting for you and only you. I'm not sure if I should I think I'm going to stop here. I don't know how much, like, it keeps on saying we're nearly at the end, but I don't know if that's like another half hour or whatever. So we're going to stop here and pick it up in the next episode. Thanks, guys. We will see you then.